Arsenal are top by 7 points. They are on 43 points. Manchester City are second. Newcastle are third at the moment. They have played a game more than both Arsenal and Manchester City, and also a game more than Manchester United, who sit in the fourth position at the moment. That's your top four. Then you've got Spurs. They are next, and then it's Liverpool, who are sixth. And actually Brentford, just below Liverpool at the moment, 2 points below them. When we say top four is a stretch, Dino, Liverpool have played one more game than Manchester United, but they're only 4 points behind them at the moment. Things can swing a lot in football. Would you say they can still make top four?
Yeah, two wins, as I said, 2 wins quickly, and it all looks different again. But one thing I'm sure of, they can't win the league, Liverpool. I don't think Man United can win the league. Arsenal, if they keep going the way they're going, I mean, everyone's doubting them. Everybody's expecting a defeat, but they keep going. But I think Man City will win the league. Chelsea is struggling. So it's up for grabs. Spurs, all of a sudden in a crisis. Spurs. So I think they can get in the top four. I hope Van Dijk's not injured. I think he might be.
Hamstring.
That'll be another blow for him.
They took him off at half time if you missed it last night, and he sat on the bench looking a little bit glum. Reports this morning are it's a hamstring injury, so we wait to hear, because that would be a pretty big blow for Liverpool, wouldn't it?
Well, we've seen what happened when he didn't play last time. You know, he's another one. If you lose Van Dijk, 15 points. You lose Alisson, 15 points. You lose Salah, 15 points. They're big players who make a difference. So you never know. It might be 10 days. It might be 3 weeks. But it might just be a bit of cramp.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. We're going to speak to the Daily Mail's Northern football correspondent now, Dominic King. Good morning to you, Dominic. You all right?
Morning, Dom.
Very well. Good morning. Happy New Year to you both.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Dominic, we'll get you straight into it, really. A great performance from Brentford. Did you see any of that coming? Have you been worried about Liverpool for a while, or what do you think?
I had this game circled as one that could cause Liverpool plenty of problems. I was there last year. I remember seeing you there last year when the 3-3 draw. And just the way that Liverpool have been playing this year, it had the potential for headaches for them. And I mean, they started off reasonably well, and I suppose if Darwin Núñez scores, then it's going to be a completely different game. But Liverpool at the minute they never give you the sense that they're comfortable in games. I've been trying to think all year, apart from Bournemouth and apart from Manchester City, I can't think of them a really outstanding performance. They're just not playing well at them, and teams fancied the chances against them.
Dom, what do you make of Jurgen Klopp's interview after the game? Did you agree with him, or did you think he was just making excuses?
No, I didn't like the tone of the criticism of the referees and the complaints about the goal. And everybody knew what was going to be. Everybody knew what was coming for Liverpool last night. They had to deal with it, and they couldn't deal with it. I thought the third goal, the complaints around the third goal was soft. Ibrahim Konate should have dealt with it better. If you can see on the replay, he's clearly trying to head the ball back to Alisson, and then he makes a mess of it. And obviously there is a little touch, but I don't think there's enough of a touch to elicit the fall that it got. It should have been dealt with better.
You're spot on, Dom. I think you're spot on.
I didn't like the excuses.
No, I thought they were excuses. I mean, when you're coaching every day and you've got young defenders, you put a training session on in half a pitch and they play 2v2 against 2 strikers, and you get midfield players clipping balls in behind, diagonals in behind them, and then you walk up the pitch and coach the centre-backs. Don't let the ball bounce. Don't let it you've got to get to it quick. Expect contact. So Konate, you're right, he's tried to head the ball back to the goalkeeper instead of heading it towards the corner flag. And he's let Mbeumo lean on him. It's a mistake that all strikers try and do that to you. So I wouldn't blame the ref. I'd blame Konate.
Yeah, I would. And I actually thought at that moment in time, it always seemed to me that the game was more likely to end Brentford 3, Liverpool 1 than Brentford 2, Liverpool 2. I just didn't get the impression that they were going to get the the equaliser that they were pursuing. They just never had that sort of confidence in Liverpool last night at all.
I want to ask you about Cody Gakpo coming in and whether or not he's going to be a big change for Liverpool, and is he what they need?
It's a great question.
Oh, Dom, are you all right? I'm worried about you this morning.
No, I'm fine. Apart from a bit of a cold. He's going to take time. He's not going to be the instant remedy to the solution or a solution to any of the issues. Liverpool's problem at the minute is defending. I think they've conceded more goals than Everton, haven't they, this year?
Yeah.
And they've failed to keep clean. If they conceded the first goal in 13 or 26 games, well, a forward's not going to change that. He might score more goals, but there's a fundamental problem with how they're defending and how they're just set up as a team. And for the first time in probably since Jurgen Klopp's first year, everybody fancies the chances against Liverpool. Everybody fancies the chances, whether it's at Anfield, whether it's on the road, and that's what they've got to get back to. How often do they come on the show and you loaded them about runs of clean sheets, or how sort of solid they've been and not given teams an opportunity. And there's only one game that I can think of that they've done that this year, and that was against Man City, when it was, they defended freakishly like they did last year, and they stopped everything. Cody Gakpo is going to need. He's a brilliant talent. We've seen him in the World Cup. It's been a superb bit of business to get him in, from because you clearly see him destined for a long stage to go to Manchester United. So they've done superb business to get him in. But in terms of dramatically changing Liverpool's play, no, I think that the issues are at the other end.
Dom, I listened to Jurgen Klopp's interview and I didn't agree with that. And then I listened to Andy Robertson's interview and I was trying to pick the bones out of it to try and read between the lines what's been said. So he got brought on at half-time and he's saying that we weren't making runs in behind. Now, when they had Salah and Mane playing for him, Firmino used to be the target man, and you could never push up the pitch because Salah and Mane, you didn't even have to tell them to run in behind. That was their strength. If you got too high up, they'd run along the line and in. So that's a bit of a worry for me. If he's saying that to Salah and Nunez, that you're not running in behind, if he has to tell them, that's a worry.
Yeah, Salah's looked quiet. Salah's looked quiet for quite a considerable time now. He didn't see him in the game that much last, or as much as we've come to expect him. Do you know the one thing that I would be concerned about if I was Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool fans in general? I haven't seen the players being summoned together on the pitch at a point of crisis or a crisis in a game. Probably since Klopp's first year, and Andy Robertson had to do that towards the end last night when when it had just gone 3-1, and you could see there was bickering between a couple of them. There was, there was heads bowed, almost like you see a junior team when they're losing on a Sunday morning, and that sort of I don't want to use the word broken, but you know what I mean. That deflated and dejected, demoralised, deflated, all that kind of stuff. I thought that was really significant that Andy Robertson had to try and get them together to lift them, just to remind them to fight for the final 5 minutes. I thought that would be something that would need addressing in the next couple of weeks for sure.
Yeah. Okay, Dom, we'll let you go. Thanks for coming on this morning.
Thanks, Dom.
No problem at all. Speak to you soon.
Take care. Dominic King there from the Mail.